Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Madison Square Garden in the heart of New York City. And tonight's episode of Raw could possibly end up being one of the biggest episodes of the year. I'm Michael Cole, alongside Corey Graves. And Corey, tonight is night one of the WWE Draft.
It is time to shake things up again. Just 24 hours removed from Judgment Day, we are still dealing with the fallout from that. I'm on the edge of my seat and the show hasn't even started.
Tonight on Raw is night one of the WWE Draft. On SmackDown from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, we complete the draft with night two. Let's go over some of the rules for this year's draft. Every superstar will be under one roof over the next two nights. Anyone can move to any show. No one is safe, not even the champions. However, titles will not be able to move as they will stay on their respective brands. Each brand will get two prime picks, one male and one female. Prime picks give the general manager the opportunity to pick whichever superstar they want from the other brand.
All matches tonight will be a Raw superstar versus a SmackDown superstar. A draft pick will be made at random after each match, and it will be awarded to the winning brand of that match. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to shake things up again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to night one of the WWE Draft. It is truly time to shake things up again. The landscape of Raw will definitely change forever.
No way! This can't be! Is this real? Corey, Ric Flair is here on Monday Night Raw!
The Nature Boy is here live in Madison Square Garden. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
It has been years since we've seen Ric Flair in WWE, but the question is, what's he doing here? The New York City crowd giving the Nature Boy a standing ovation. This is incredible. I can't believe it.
Did I hear that tonight is night one of the WWE Draft? The world is buzzing. New York City is buzzing. And you know, if the Nature Boy is here, then it's gonna be a good night. Woo!
What are you doing here?
I thought you'd never ask. Now you're right. The landscape of Raw will change tonight, but not for the reasons you think. You see, the board of directors hired a team to audit every dollar coming in and out of this show. And what they found was troubling. What they have discovered is that you, my friend, have been defrauding Monday Night Raw for a while now. And that stops tonight. You've been wearing that neck brace ever since Stone Cold gave you a stunner on the Raw after WrestleMania. But the audit declared those medical expenses to be fake. The medical center, the doctors that signed off on it were all fake. Even the neck brace, fake.
You've lost your mind. How do you even know the neck brace is fake?
Trust me, I've needed neck braces back in my day, because I've been to Space Mountain more times than I can count. Woo! But those are stories I can tell you on another day. As for tonight, your services as the general manager of Monday Night Raw will no longer be needed.
I demand to see this audit. These are all lies. You can't make me go anywhere.
Well, you're right. I can't, but he can.
Who is that? It's the NYPD. What a disgrace, and how unprofessional. Is this how the police in New York City dress? What kind of uniform is that? Flair tosses him to the outside. The police are hauling him out of Madison Square Garden. What? Is he allowed to do this? He's innocent. Not according to the audit. He's out of here. This is an abuse of power.
Now that we got rid of the trash, I can now officially announce that I am the new general manager of Monday Night Raw!
Wow, that's huge news!
And with my first act as general manager, I am ready to present the first prime pick for Monday Night Raw!
Here we go, Cole. It's time. Who's it gonna be? Oh, yeah! Talk about shaking things up. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is coming to Monday Night Raw. The head of the table will call the red brand home from here on out. We are all looking forward to the arrival of the Tribal Chief.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, Io Shirai.
And it's time for the first match of the WWE Draft. SmackDown's Io Sky getting ready for action. The genius of the Sky looking to get a pick for the blue brand. Who's her opponent gonna be?
Tennessee, Bianca Belair.
And it will be a challenge for SmackDown and Io Sky. The EST, Bianca Belair, ready to represent Monday Night Raw. After suffering a tough loss at Judgment Day, Bianca Belair looks to bounce back with a huge win tonight in Madison Square Garden. Bianca Belair and Io Sky kicking off the draft here tonight in Madison Square Garden. And you think about Bianca, who is coming off a tough loss just 24 hours ago against Sasha Banks. Belair failing to recapture the Raw Women's title. Io Sky looking to turn things around herself as she hasn't been able to get the win she's been looking for. Both these ladies looking for momentum here tonight on night one of the draft. Something that you'll notice throughout the draft: all superstars will wear their brand's colored armband. As you can see, Io is wearing blue, Bianca wearing red. Bianca Belair has always been excellent representing the Raw brand. Remember, she was the captain of Team Raw at Survivor Series. Of course, leading Raw to a victory over SmackDown. Can she get a win over SmackDown again here tonight? Tonight's draft has already started off with a bang. We got an arrest, a new general manager, and Roman Reigns heading to Raw. What else is in store? Will Roman be joined by another superstar, or is a superstar heading to SmackDown as Belair kicks out? Draft pick aside, you just know they both want to win so bad. Io hits the moonsault. Will that be enough? And Bianca kicks out. Io with a knee to the face. Covers. But Bianca kicks out again. Bianca heading to the top. She hits the 450 splash. She covers. And Bianca Belair defeats Io Sky in MSG.
Here is your winner, Bianca Belair.
And with that win, Bianca Belair gets another pick for Raw. Who's it gonna be? Yes! It's the Zigman!
The show-off coming to Raw. How do you think Ziggler fits into the Raw roster?
It's still early to tell as we have a lot more changes to come, but Dolph injects a new dose of energy on Monday nights. But I am looking forward to seeing Dolph Ziggler here on Raw.
Switching gears here, we wanted to bring this to the attention to the WWE Universe. Last night at Judgment Day, the Intercontinental Champion Drew McIntyre suffered a shoulder injury in the Donnybrook match against Sheamus. You can see it was right here where McIntyre suffered the injury. We don't know how long McIntyre will be out of action. We also don't know the status of the Intercontinental title. But whatever information we hear will be directly from the Scottish Warrior.
Cole, New York City just got glorious.
Mr. Money in the Bank Robert Roode here in Madison Square Garden technically isn't affected by the draft. Though contractually signed to the Raw brand, Robert Roode can show up anywhere he wants as long as he has that briefcase.
I've heard the chatter. Trust me, I hear it all. Everyone is waiting for the moment that I decide to cash in my Money in the Bank contract. I can't say when, but I will say we are getting closer to that day. It's just so competitive in the WWE nowadays. You really have to be careful with every decision you make. But this might be the perfect time. I mean, we are in the middle of a WWE draft. If I really wanted to shake things up, walking out of the draft as a champion is definitely one way to do it.
The most must-see superstar in WWE in the world's most famous arena. How fitting.
Robert, don't forget what we discussed. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. I am here for you. As a former Money in the Bank winner and WWE champion, you know I know how to win, and I just want to make sure you do it the right way. Because with Money in the Bank, there is no second chance. You get one shot, and you have to make the shot count.
Miz, like I said before, I appreciate all your help. But I was the one who climbed that ladder at WrestleMania. I was the one who grabbed that briefcase. And like I've always said, the smart money is on Robert Roode.
What in the? It's John Morrison. John Morrison is here in Madison Square Garden.
Look at him. He's so full of himself. What is he even doing here? He's not supposed to be here.
Robert Roode, you and I have a lot in common. I mean, we both teamed up with this guy. We both won tag titles with this guy. But the one thing we don't have in common is our knowledge of this guy.
What are you doing here?
Wow, Miz, I thought you'd be happier to see me. I'm here because it's the WWE Draft. It's MSG. But what I'm really here for is to give a warning to you, Robert Roode. Nobody knows The Miz better than I do. This nice guy act, this friendly act, is exactly what it is. An act. You honestly think he cares about you? The only thing he cares about is that Money in the Bank briefcase. You have what he wants, and he will stop at nothing to get it.
You're gonna believe this guy? You know how many times this guy has hit his head bouncing off walls? He can't be trusted.
I know both of you have a lot of history and some unsettled grievances that you might want to handle. I appreciate your concern, but like I said, the smart money is on Robert Roode, not The Miz.
I just want you to watch your back. Though we have some things in common, I don't want us to have more things in common. This guy did everything he could to stop me from reaching the top of this business. I don't want the same to happen to you.
Oh, give me a break. You know, if I didn't have a matchup next, I would drive your skull right into this mat. But because I do, I will refrain from beating the crap out of you. Now, if you two don't mind, I have a match I need to get ready for.
It is another draft match. Who will his opponent be? The Miz in action next.
And his opponent from Hagerstown, Maryland, weighing in at 240 pounds,
LA Knight, representing SmackDown, makes his Madison Square Garden debut. LA Knight and The Miz meeting for the first time here on night one of the draft. LA Knight, who has been on an absolute roll ever since he arrived on the scene here at WWE. He's been impressive, I'll admit. But I'm not going to crown him the future. He's okay, but the guy talks too much. Yeah, unlike The Miz, right? The Miz has earned the right to run his mouth. Former Mr. Money in the Bank, former WWE champion, former WrestleMania main eventer. Don't ever compare him to LA Knight. Speaking of Money in the Bank, Miz has sort of rekindled his friendship with Mr. Money in the Bank, Robert Roode. Miz claims he wants to help Roode successfully cash in his briefcase. What is that supposed to mean? Sounds like you don't believe him. The Miz wants to make sure his friend becomes champion. Yeah, I've been watching The Miz his whole career. Sorry, I don't believe him. And just like that, John Morrison has poisoned your mind. I wonder how many other people feel the same way now. A win here not only would do wonders for LA Knight, but for SmackDown. A win here not only would do wonders for LA Knight, but for SmackDown. SmackDown needs to get on the board here in the draft. They've already lost Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler. Can't afford to lose another superstar. And a DDT by The Miz. Miz goes for the cover there, but LA Knight kicks out. Miz looking for the figure 4 now. A little tribute to the new general manager, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I still can't believe Ric Flair is the new general manager.
Monday Night Raw will be chaotic with that guy in charge. He's already using law enforcement as his muscle. He's already abusing his power.
Knight now looking for the BFT, and he gets it. Will that be enough? And LA Knight picks up the win in New York.
Here is your winner, LA Knight.
And with that win, LA Knight gets SmackDown its first pick of the night. Who's it gonna be?
Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins get a change of scenery on the blue brand.
The Street Profits bringing the smoke to SmackDown. I hope they're ready.
I just saw what happened, and that was another tough loss for Io earlier. She just hasn't been the same since WrestleMania. She was so close to winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, but she just came up a little short.
Back off, Rhea. Leave Io and I alone, all right?
You know, you're trying really hard to be Io's friend. When are you going to realize that she doesn't like you?
You're talking really tough for someone who got cold feet at Judgment Day. You could be the SmackDown Women's Champion right now, but you got scared.
It's called being strategic. When you have the Money in the Bank briefcase, you have to be smart. If you or Io would have won, maybe you'd understand. Now everyone knows Io is still bummed out that she didn't win Money in the Bank. And since we are in the middle of a shakeup, how about I shake things up right now? I heard you have a match on SmackDown on night 2 of the draft. If you win that match, not only will you get a pick for SmackDown, but you'll get Io Sky a match with me for my Money in the Bank briefcase. I know the genius of the Sky is watching, and I know she'll be rooting for her friend.
Wow, Corey, that is huge. Rhea Ripley just raised the stakes for Bayley on night 2 of the draft.
Looks like Bayley got under the skin of Ripley, and it worked. But the question is, who's going to be Bayley's opponent on SmackDown?
We're going to have to tune in for night 2 of the draft to find out.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, R-Truth. And his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, the glorious
Robert Roode and R-Truth in action. And like I mentioned earlier, Robert Roode not really affected by the draft, as the Money in the Bank briefcase allows him to go anywhere he wants. But tonight, he's here to try and earn another draft pick for Raw.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've seen Robert Roode in action. I'm sure he's looking to keep himself ready for the moment he decides to cash in that briefcase.
We want to remind you that night 2 of the draft will take place in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You definitely don't want to miss that. What a spine buster by Roode. Roode hits a glorious DDT. That's got to be it. And Mr. Money in the Bank, Robert Roode, gets a win and a pick for Raw.
All right, who's it gonna be? Who's coming to Raw?
Jimmy and Jay, the tag champs, are now part of the Raw brand.
This is getting interesting. Jimmy, Jay, and Roman all on the same show? The Bloodline. On Raw? I'm getting excited.
It's boss time. Sasha Banks, coming off a successful title defense at Judgment Day, is here in Madison Square Garden.
The boss has been watching closely all night. She understands that with the draft, new challengers are on the horizon. Challengers who she has probably never prepared for. Let's see what the champ has to say.
the boss is still your Raw Women's Champion. I told Bianca she had no chance in Boston, and that's exactly what happened. Now, I know tonight is the WWE Draft, Superstar Shakeup, and it's all about shocking moments and surprises. I'm just letting you all know that the boss is ready for anyone, anytime.
Sasha, you are 100% right. Tonight has been full of surprises, and there will be many more as the draft continues tonight and into night 2. But with all the chaos of superstars moving around, I made sure to secure your next challenger for the Raw Women's Championship.
Who could this be? Who is Ric Flair talking about? I'm eager to find out too. I wonder who it is. Corey, that's Toni Storm. Toni Storm is back. Toni Storm? Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. Toni Storm, who has been away for a while, has returned with a whole new look.
Wait, you're right. That is Toni Storm. And she looks fantastic. I'm loving this new look.
Storm looks like she just popped out of a 1940s film noir. What is going on here?
Don't ask questions, Cole. Just enjoy what you're seeing. This is awesome.
Who are you and what are you doing on my show?
Oh, Sasha, darling, don't act like you're not familiar with who I am. Now, I may have a different look. I decided to opt for a look more elegant, a look more classy, a look more timeless.
So this is the competition they have for me as champion?
I get it. You seem a little disappointed, a little let down. And I would be too if I were you, and this was the old me. But you see, when I returned at the Royal Rumble and was tossed on my rear end to the outside, I realized in order to compete, something had to change. I had to change. And here I am on Raw.
I can't believe this is happening.
Oh, but you should. I am standing in this ring in the most famous arena in the world as the next challenger for the Women's Championship of Monday Night Raw. I look forward to our match. I'm all in, and I hope you are too. I'm sure it will be a classic.
What a night it has been in New York City for night 1 of the WWE Draft. Can't wait for night 2 in Brooklyn.
Earlier tonight, Roman Reigns was revealed as the men's prime pick for Monday Night Raw. Now it's time to find out who's the women's prime pick for Monday Night Raw. Wow!
Smart move. Give me Charlotte Flair any day of the week. The women's division on Raw is officially on notice. I love this pick.
We'll see how effective Charlotte will be, especially after that Hell in a Cell match with Asuka last night at Judgment Day. But it's official. The Queen is coming to Raw. And what an ovation from the New York City crowd for the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther.
anywhere in the world, this man gets the respect he deserves. I'm not shocked at all. Last time we saw Gunther was in Berlin, Germany, where he successfully defended the World Heavyweight title against Ilya Dragunov. I guess that's behind him now, as he, like everyone else, is keeping a close eye on the draft.
I proved in Berlin that I am already the greatest world heavyweight champion of all time. I'm already at the top of the list. And whatever the result of the WWE Draft ends up being won't matter, because I am the Ring General. I am the greatest ever, and I am your World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, no, 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 this can't be. Is he here? Is Brock here? Yes, he is. The Beast Incarnate is in New York. Brock Lesnar. Oh, God. Hades in human form has arrived in MSG. The most dangerous sight of all. The most famous combat athlete on planet Earth in the most famous arena on planet Earth. I don't think anyone is more shocked than Gunther. Even he doesn't know what's going on. The Beast is in New York City. I can't believe what is happening. World Champion, meet the WWE Champion. This is probably one of the greatest moments in the history of Madison Square Garden. Brock Lesnar letting Gunther know it doesn't matter what draft, what superstar shakeup. He's letting him know that he is the biggest and baddest in all of WWE. And Cole, this has just been night one of the draft. And we look forward to seeing you for night two on SmackDown in Brooklyn. Thank you for watching.